Hey my tarot fam. So I can speak. It's still sore and I'll be lisping a little bit. I'm on pain meds and I've taken them so I can do this for you. It's still a bit swollen in places, as you can probably see, but it's getting there. And in January, February, I'll have a brand new smile and a jaw to match. So I'm here to do the Gemini full moon reading, and I'm excited because I'm a Gemini sun and a Gemini rising. So I've took some notes anyway. Well, I wrote some notes down before I started because I always forget to say stuff. So Gemini full moon, also known as the cold moon. It's actually synced up with Mars at the moment, so the planet of action, which will inspire you to get up and make shit happen. You can tell I've written it, my words. Make shit happen. At the same time though, you can become easily annoyed when things don't just magically happen at our ideal timeline, like me when I'm waiting for my parcels this week. This big fire lit under your ass energy will make you a little more direct with people. To me, that's a good thing. I think everyone should be direct, as long as you're not being nasty, do you know what I mean? But that's me anyway. Now, speak truth, open, you know, whatever said, what it said. Neptune is also in the mix as well, making us think about what our perfect life would look like. Yes, with the Gemini, it can be like financial and material, but it's more like, how would your perfect life look like? What would it look like? How would it feel? So this full moon brings an energy to finalising things with the Gemini full moon. You know, like kind of checking off them long overdue things that have been on your to-do list for a long time. You know, you might have this feeling of like, get up and go, I need to finish this, or starting new projects. I've been like really like upcycling furniture in that last few weeks. So much really kicked in. Like, I want to make everything old look really good. So yeah, that's been kicking in for me. If you're on my personal Facebook, you'll have noticed that one. So yeah, like ticking things off your list. And Neptune, it kind of urges you to look at the bigger picture of your life as well. So we'll feel inspired to take the steps that we need to take in order to kind of turn our wants into a reality, whether it's a 12-month plan, 3-year plan, 5-year plan, 10-year plan. You know, it's a good time to, the planets are aligned to kind of like for you to sow the seeds. So I'm going to jump straight in. I will be starting with Gemini. Then I'll be working myself around the board, and I will be clarifying where I want to clarify. But I'm going to be using my Empowerment Oracle deck because I feel like people resonate with these. I don't know if it's because it's my story in cards, or you know, we've all been through similar things, haven't we, as human beings. It's I don't know, I feel like I'm alien at times, but you never know. So Gemini, healing hands. Well, that makes sense. I need some healing sent here. And I woke up this morning and I'm not going to put my middle finger up at you. I don't want to get thrown off YouTube. But I've got an infection, a little infection on my finger. So, main energy, Gemini, we've got healing hands. And that actually does coincide with wanting to, like I was saying about my creativity at the moment, like recycling furniture, upcycling, that type of thing. I've just noticed I'm actually talking quite well. But yeah, it can also mean that, you know, you may be drawn to have some kind of healing, drawn towards spiritual teachers, Reiki, you know, that type of thing, or just working on yourself. You know, spirit have got it's like healing loads of areas of your life. So say you've been struggling financially, it's like sitting down, where am I overspending? You know, what could I actually cut out? What do I not really need, you know, to save them extra pennies each month? And, you know, so it's not just healing body, mind, spirit, it's healing I'm going to say those around you as well. So maybe some of my Geminis, it could be family members, it could be children, it could be friendships, relationships, you know, that type of thing. So there's a lot of healing going on with this moon, Gemini. Because what's the crossing factor? We've got the ruins. So a lot of Geminis, 2022, it has been horrendous. Like, I thought 2020 and that were just, you know, but I cannot wait to get into 2023. Seriously, this year has not been good. It's the ruins, but it's about getting yourself back up, you know, and again, giving yourself that healing that you're well overdue. Don't rush yourself around. I know this time of year is hard work for everybody, you know, Christmas, it's very like, it can get overwhelming. It's an hard time. We're in the middle of, you know, a financial crisis at the moment, and people are struggling, and it's so hard. And I know myself, I've got teenagers, and you're there with a brave face, you know, like you don't want to keep putting it on to them, and why are you being careful with your electric and your gas, and, you know, things like that. It's not easy. It's not easy. But there's a way out. It'll come. It'll come. I can feel it. I just feel like it's going to be okay, you know. But we've got this new seedling, and that's being fed by the sun. So there's new light coming in. I do feel like you're healing from the things that have put you on your knees in the past. You know, you're starting to realise what you want in life and what you need to heal from. Why is it coming around? So there could be abandonment issues. But there could also be people that you need to leave in the past now. I feel a lot of Geminis have already done that, from the people who I've spoken to and the readings that I've done the last few months, that type of thing. There could also be a sense of loss, grief. As you all know, I've had a lot of loss and grief this year. You know, feeling abandoned by spirit because they've taken people that I loved, and, you know, that type of thing. And that definitely puts you in the ruins when there's nothing you can do about it. And yeah, I have asked for help and healing and, you know, that type of thing. So Geminis, there's definitely like an emotional attachment with this moon, Gemini. I can feel it, and it's almost like you're looking back over sadness and loss and grief, and I feel like I am really resonating with this reading so far. But that's, you know, looking back over the past. So we've got the sacral chakra. So, see, the sacral chakra is your women's sexual organs. It deals with relationships. It deals with generational energies, your children, family, that type of thing. But your sacral chakra is your creativity chakra, creativity and ideas. So I do feel like a lot of Geminis are getting up, and it's like, I need to get my hands working. I need to get creative. I need to decorate. I need to make things look better. I need to change things, you know. A lot of you will be putting up like Christmas decorations. I haven't this year because I've adopted another kitten, and this one's a psychopath. So we should have called him Loki, not Zeus. I chose the wrong brother. It's nuts. But yeah, so we've gone for a plain Christmas. Yeah, because there's definitely a creativity around you at the minute, Geminis. A lot of my Geminis could actually be manifesting a new home, wanting a new home, you know, wanting new things around the home to change things up and things. You know, it's like you want to manifest your perfect surroundings, whether it's, again, I do feel like family are a massive part. And yeah, we are coming up to Christmas. I'm not really a Christmas person. I do it for my kids, you know. But it does seem to be around the home, creativity. And I just keep getting hands, like magic hands, decorating, drawing, sketching, writing even. You know, wherever your creativity is taking you. Yeah, you're downloading. So this full moon, Gemini, is kind of opening you up to channeling, opening you up to being creative. And I find painting, like painting the wall, people think I'm nuts because I decorate my full house with a brush rather than a roller. But it's hours of like meditation to me. I do it in silence and I just go at it. And it just clears that channel. And it's a really strong reading. I feel like you're going to be channeling a lot of messages for yourself, you know, daydreaming and, you know, kind of building your life and how you want to live it. And you're sowing them seeds. I can see a lot of Geminis at, you know, like the paint store and picking paints and things like that. Your power at the moment, Gemini, is you are feeling very, like, kind of grounded. Standing your ground as well, I wanted to say. It's like, no, this is my life and this is how I'm going to do it. I've got to look after me now. And divine protection. And I feel like you can feel that around you. It's like, for some reason, and that's what I was saying a minute ago with this, like, financial crisis and things that's going on within, like, the world and that. I just have this, like, inner peace, this inner knowing that things will work out okay. Things will be okay. You know, and as long as we all help each other and we're all, I always say pay it forward. So if I ever do anything for somebody to help them, it's not for a thank you and it's not for a status or anything like that. I always say don't do that. Pay it forward. And I feel like that's what we should all work. I think the world would be a nicer place if a lot of people did pay it forward, but not everybody's the same. So the outside influence is the Phoenix. I do feel like you are going toward, and I kind of want to say Gemini season, so maybe May, June next year, there is this, like, Phoenix energy. So give yourself, you know, another like 6 months. Within the next 6 months, it's like you're manifesting right now. This is the start of the new you, Gemini. You're manifesting. You're coming back. You know, you're rising back. In Spirit's hope for you, you've got choices in direction, that you make the right choices. But it's also as well to kind of, I feel like you're going to be put on pause whilst you deal with the things around you. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, Gemini, my baby boy rang me and I got cut off then. Yeah, it's almost like take this pause, this like Christmas, New Year type energy, and just think about which path you want to go down. I feel like there's choices and options opening up for yourselves. And I feel like it's more as we go into next year, but the foundations for those choices are being, like, kind of laid now. And the outcome is soul sisters. See, you're going from this feeling of maybe abandonment or loss. You've lost people, you've come away from certain people, that type of thing. But your outcome is soul sisters, soul family, soul tribe. Being around people who want the same things. And I feel some of my Geminis are kind of thriving for more freedom. So it could be financial freedom. It could be freedom, more of a balance within work life and home life. Because there's like a lot of home energy here. So I'm going to get a little bit of clarification. Not that we need a lot. But I want to look at the healing hands. Yeah. So there is heartbreak, you know, there's grief, you know, over the past like 12 months, there's been a lot of heartache and grief, but you are moving on from that. It's like you're ready to kind of take the steps to move on from that. And grief is a strange thing. It comes up when you least expect it, and, you know, that type of thing. I'll never say that time's a healer, because I really don't think it is. I think we just learn to deal with things differently as time goes on. But the Eight of Cups to me is that search for something more meaningful. And I do feel like this is the start of your new search. So I want to look at the abandoned. So we've got the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You could have been dealing with a water sign. You may have felt abandoned by a water sign. But to me, I feel like this is you intuitively. She's the most psychic of the queens. I feel like this is you intuitively kind of knowing that your path is changing. Your circles are changing. The way you think is changing. You know, you're going through major changes. So the manifestation for Gemini, what we're manifesting, the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is the divinely guided card. So to me, it's the creator, God, the divine. You know, you're working with the universe. So be careful with your thoughts. Be careful with how we speak. Words cast spells, you know, especially even if they're in the mind. Taurus energy there. You may have Taurus in your chart, maybe dealing with a Taurus. The Eight of Wands, some kind of communication. I do feel, though, that this is coming from Spirit to you. You know, there's some kind of communication coming to you from Spirit whilst you're channeling. It could be in a dream. It could, like I say, you could just pick a pen up and start writing something. because it's bringing in the star. So what they're saying, sign of Aquarius there, what they're saying is there's a massive blessing coming in after a long line of lessons. So I absolutely love that reading, Gemini. So stick at it and get those creative hands on the go. And if you have been like creative, or you know, if you've just decided that you're just going to do something out of the blue with your hands, and get it in the comments and let me know, because I want to know if anyone else is going through what I've gone through. Because in the last couple of months I've decorated the full house, and now I've started bringing stuff in and upcycling it. I just can't stop. So my next one in line is Taurus. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. What has Gemini full moon, also known as the cold moon, got in store for my Tauruses when they want to tell me? Oh, Lilith. My God. I love Lilith. So Lilith, the protector, to me, she's the divine feminine. Whether you're male or masculine, we all have that feminine energy. We have that masculine energy. I am trying to balance the feminine and the masculine. So as you can tell, I'm trying to look a bit more feminine these days. Trying to act a bit more feminine as well. So I think I'm being tested in them ways. I've actually got Taurus in my moon and my Venus. And this Gemini full moon is very good about finances as well. But Taurus, I feel like if people have been taking the mick out of you financially, or people have been taking the mick out of you emotionally, I feel like you've got this energy now, this like kind of, that's coming in with Lilith, like, I am not taking this crap no more. You know, that fire has been lit under your ass, and it's like, hell no, I'm not being burnt. I'm not being burnt by no one again. You know, you're growing. Lilith carries the serpent, and as we know, when snakes grow, you know, they shed the skin because they get grumpy, they get, you know, it's too tight, they want to get out of there. So there's like a kind of escape type of energy with this card that I'm picking up. But I'm feeling like a massive, like, I wanted to say evolution there. So Taurus, you could be going through some kind of evolution. And it's like, I'm not who I was yesterday. You know, it's that type of energy. Don't think that you can come back. I don't even know why I'm saying this. Don't think that you can come back and treat me or talk to me like I was when you once knew me, because I'm not that person anymore. You know, I'm getting that type of energy, and I don't feel like you'll be putting up with it off anybody. You know, I don't know why, I just got a bank in my head. So if you're going into a bank and they're talking down to you and you're like, hey, that's my money in there. You know, so I feel like you're going to be doing something like that. Like, it's like, no, you're standing your ground. I like it. What's challenging, what's crossing that energy? We've got the Empress, so we've got fertility, which is Taurus energy. But it's like, again, with that Neptune energy, you know, making us think about, well, what's our ideal world look like? What does our ideal life look like? So I feel like for you now, it's to hold the boundaries and set the goals for what you want rather than what other people want. Tauruses, there could be signs of pregnancy. I don't know why I want to say signs of pregnancy then. There could be signs of pregnancy, or some of my Tauruses could be thinking about children. Just as I said that, because we've got the fertility card there and I've got Mother Nature underneath as well. There could be things going on with hormones, that type of energy. So keep an eye out. I don't know why I've got acne in my head as well, so I don't know who I'm linking with there. But if it is like, if it is just come on all of a sudden, maybe get your hormones checked if you can actually get to your doctor, because I know where I live at the moment, it's absolutely ridiculous. So why is it coming right now? We've got the solar plexus. So it's about making decisions with your gut instinct rather than your mind, rather than your head. And I feel like you're doing that with that Lilith energy. It's like I'm going with my gut, you know, and if something looks too good to be true, then maybe it is, but I'm going to go with my gut. You're starting to read your gut instinct a lot better than you have done in the past. Yeah, because in the past we've got the sacral chakra. Gemini got this in the same place. So it's the sacral chakra is the chakra of creativity and ideas. It's also your sexual organs, the womb, you know, that type of thing. So maybe there is like pregnancies, new births, but I kind of feel like you're going through some kind of rebirth, Taurus, with this moon. I feel like it's bringing out this type of energy. But in the past, that's where I feel like boundaries have been kind of misstrued. Maybe there was kind of like mistrust, that type of thing. And some of my Tauruses, you're not going to like what I say here, but some of my Tauruses need a sacral chakra cleanse. So, and I'm not saying stay abstinent, be celibate forever, you know. I've done my own sacral chakra cleanse, and it's been around maybe about 2.5 years now, since I've shared energy with somebody. But I feel a lot better, and I'm doing a lot of healing. And when I do decide, it will be when I decide and on my terms. But again, in your energy, I'm getting this like when I decide, and things will be on my terms, and I will not be spoken down to, and you know, that type of thing. Again, I'm getting this creative energy. Don't be scared to kind of reinvent yourself. Again, you're not the person that you were when a lot of people once knew you, or who they thought you were. You know, I feel like you are like kind of reinventing, because at present we've got Lunar 13, which is the moon. You know, we have 13 cycles. A woman has 13 cycles in a year, and I keep going on about hormones. And we actually have 13 full moons in a year. We're on the last full moon of this year. So it's a very strong one for you. Pisces energy there with the moon. But the moon is also about releasing the things that no longer serve us. So it could be the people, beliefs on yourself, you know, especially if you're going to start standing up for yourself. There's a massive like standing up for yourself energy and standing up for what you want. Sorry, there's way too many there. So I want to go going forward for my Tauruses. Connection to yourself. I feel like this is you reinventing yourself. You know, I drew this card when I was meditating, and I was trying to connect with my higher self, the inner goddess, because I believe that we're all gods and goddesses in human form. And this is what I'm seeing you going through right now. Like, you're going through this like reinvention, whether it's like body, whether it's your beliefs, I don't care what it is, you know. There's something in you that's kind of rebirthing. So maybe in the past you felt of kind of a few of the contractions of the rebirth, you know, the negative things that happen in relationships and, you know, that type of thing. I'm sure some of my Tauruses are due babies or getting pregnant, because I keep saying stuff along them lines. Your power, you're getting the same cards as Gemini. Choices in direction. So your power is to make your choice. Where do you want to go? It's not up to anybody else. You've got choices to make, and your power is those choices. But you've also got good people around you. You've got soul sisters. So you've got soul tribe. You're realising like who's on your vibration, who's on your frequency, non-judgmental, who would be used to you changing. I think some of my friends just don't even bat an eyelid now when I do really random things, because they're so used to me doing it, you know, and there's no judgment, and there's no, well, why have you done that, or what made you do that, or what, oh, I wouldn't have done that. None of us actually say that to each other. We're all like, oh, have you? And then we plant the seed and someone else starts doing something. It's really good when it works in that energy. So I love my tribe that I've got right now, and I feel like that's your power. I feel like you're finding your soul tribe. These people, you know, the energies around you that are with you and do have your back, and the outside influence to that. Yeah, see, with this Neptune energy and the Gemini coming in, what do you desire? The hand of the divine is saying, what do you desire? What do you want your ideal future to look like I was banging on about at the beginning? Because it's about planting them seeds now to make them wants into reality. And, you know, life's short. It's your life. No one else's. Hopes or fears. Yeah, the ruins. You're getting a lot of same cards as Gemini. So some of you could be dealing with Gemini, or this Gemini moon is most definitely affecting my Tauruses. You know, the hopes and fears, to me, it's that you don't go back to ever feeling like that. You know, you're going for this natural start, this seed, which is being fed by the light. We're not going bricks and mortar. And I really don't think that finances and material are a big thing for you at the moment. It could be, that may be what you're changing. But I feel like, again, I'm feeling like more of a reinvention of yourself rather than like what I've been doing, like reinventing old furniture and stuff. I feel like this is more about you on a personal level. I think that's why I like the reading so much. Then we've got heartbreak. So I will be clarifying the outcome is heartbreak. But to me, I feel like it's letting go. You're letting go. It's like I'm not arguing with people anymore. And, you know, and I will say goodbye to people who have hurt me in the past. And for some reason, I feel like there's people in the past that think they can come back and speak to you how they used to. I feel they're going to kind of be in for a shock with this Lilith energy, because you're very protected by the divine feminine energy. So I don't feel like this is your heartbreak. I feel like this is you kind of putting something right, you know, like a karmic type of energy. So to be honest, the only card that I do want to clarify in this is the heartbreak. The Seven of Wands, you're protected. The Seven of Wands, defend your beliefs and decisions, but choose your battles wisely. So I do feel like just be careful of the past coming back. And sometimes the past can come in a different, you know, a different gift wrap. So you could meet someone new who has the same kind of lesson that someone's been trying to learn you from the past. And this time it's like hell to the no. So I don't feel like that's your heartbreak. I feel like you're ending those types of heartbreaks. You're ending that cycle. You're in that bubble. Do you know what I mean? You're not allowing them to come in and burst your bubble. So this Gemini full moon, Taurus, is giving you some kind of reinvention energy. I absolutely love it. You know, the bad times that have gone on, especially in the last, like, I kind of want to say 6 to 7 months, I don't know why, I feel like they were the contractions of your rebirth. So I absolutely love that. I love it. So I'm going to jump to Aries. I will be time stamping these when I've gone through the video. So I'm going to jump straight through to Aries. So how is this Gemini moon treating my Aries? Oh, conflict. It could be inner conflict. It could be outer conflict. Let's have a look what's going on here. Conflict. Why is there conflict? Conflict within self. Because what's crossing that energy is we've got that kind of lonely or abandoned card. The hand of the divine saying, come on with me and I'll guide you towards people and places that'll bring light into your life. But I feel like you are feeling conflicted about the choices of, or you will be, like people who've left or people you've had to walk away from for your own sanity and, you know, that type of thing. I feel like that's inner conflict, so I will be clarifying that. Why is this coming around now for my Aries? Healing hands. So you could be, you know, this Gemini full moon, especially with like the Mars and Neptune energy, and it's like how would we look at our ideal life? How would it look like? How would it feel? Maybe it's triggering some kind of like past abandonment issues for yourselves with this Gemini moon Aries, where you felt abandoned in life or by people, by spirit, you know, that type of energy. But it's coming round because there's healing. So these triggers that are coming up, or any inner conflicts that are coming up, any guilt or anger, you know, reactions and triggers, they're coming up so that it can be healed, you know, and then it can be released. So don't worry if you overly, you know, you end up like bumping into someone who's wound you up in the past, or you start dreaming about old things, you bump into people or someone mentions something. Because I actually feel like you've been manifesting this. So you've been kind of putting out there that you do want to fully heal and you want to live life to the best and the fullest. And, you know, but in doing that, the universe kind of says to us, well, here you go then. Here's your list. Well, I'd mentioned to-do lists earlier. It's checking it off. So each time we get triggered, each time something comes up, kind of see that as a tick on your to-do list. Like, I've done that now. That can be released. I can move on from that now. So at present, for my Aries, yeah, we've got this trapped in the mind. I'm definitely feeling like there's certain things maybe from the past that you didn't get the answers to, or you don't feel like you've got the full answers to. you could be looking for answers as well at the moment. A lot of questions, a lot of, you know, you're keeping a lot, there's a lot more going on inside here than people actually realise. So I feel like you're keeping it to yourself. You know, and I kind of want to say any guilt or anything like that, drop it. I don't feel like it's yours. And I keep wanting to go inner child. So I could be going back to childhood, you know. Maybe something from your childhood is kind of delaying your perfect, ideal future. You know, maybe there's something that you kind of need to revisit in order for it to trigger, come up, release, and move forward. Because then you've got Lilith. So again, Lilith, the divine protector, I love her to pieces. You are protected. So Lilith is the protector of the abused and the downtrodden and the underdogs, and you know, she protects. And I won't have a bad word said about Lilith. I'm very protective of Lilith. But she also carries the serpent, and serpents shed as they grow. There's massive growth in your reading, Aries. Massive growth in your reading. There's, you know, the divine feminine energy that's coming into this reading is a good energy, because I feel like that's what you need at the moment with the divine feminine. I feel like it's your intuition and your emotions and, you know, the love, and giving yourself that love in order to move forward, and even going back to your inner child and maybe loving yourself at whichever ages or stages that you were in where you didn't feel love, or they were like a bit of an abandonment energy. Maybe you're going back to a time where you abandoned yourself. Maybe you need to go back to revisit and kind of apologise to yourself at that age and say, you know, now I'm such and such old, and this is where we are now, and things do get better. And, you know, shadow work, you know, it's this energy is bringing it out. Yeah, because your power is the dark night of the soul. So I do feel like you keep dipping in and out, and I'm not, but I don't feel like a full-on depression, like a full-on dark night of the soul. I feel like your power is the fact that you've been through that. So you can tell when it's kind of creeping back in. So maybe there has been like low days and hard days, you know, but your power is you can get up off your knees and pick that lantern up and decide where you want to go. You can go and find where you want to go. You don't have to stay in that dark. You've been there before and you've already conquered it. You've already conquered the darkness. The outside influence, same as Taurus. Because it's all about, what do you desire going forward? The hand of the divine is saying, what do you want? Life's too short to carry the baggage of the past, and that's a major thing that I have learnt in the last couple of months. You know, the reason why I had the jaw surgery was so that I could get rid of a lot of trauma from my past. You know, I was waking up every morning with pain, which was then triggering me back to a time where I was physically assaulted. Next year, I can't wait. Once all this is healed, I am not going to be in pain. That trigger is not going to be there. And that's exactly what I'm feeling with this reading. It's like dealing with the triggers, just going back and revisiting or doing what you need to do in order to kind of dissolve those triggers, because it's all about you and what you want. Some of my Aries could be looking at actually moving, you know, moving away. Because in the hopes, we've got the phoenix rising back from the ashes. See, you always rise back. You are the fire sign. So no matter how many times you burn out, you'll always rise back. You've got the power to rise back. And your outcome is love. So it could be in regards to relationships. So maybe you need to deal with this and it'll bring more balance into your love life. Or it's about self-love. And you can live in love. You know, because if I have love in that hand and fear in that hand, the only thing in that hand is love. In fear, we've got anger, resentment, guilt. You know, it wears it down. So it's either choose love or choose fear. And I feel like you're just going to be choosing love. So I want to have a look. I want to look at this conflict energy. So we've got a lot of Taurus energy here. I've got the Emperor in reverse and the Hangman. So the Emperor in reverse, not a nice energy, controlling energy, that type of thing. It's in reverse with the Hangman. So there's been delays. It's almost felt like there could have been conflict within yourself, like, I need to get control of my life. Or it could have been the fact that there was a conflict going on and you felt like you were never going to be able to get control. But I feel like it's coming back in. You're getting that control. There's just been a delay. Something's been delayed. So the abandonment, let's have a look at that. I feel like you're just letting people go that you have to let go. Especially in the past. Yeah, death and rebirth. Scorpio energy there. But again, it's that death, it's that ending. You're going through that rebirth. And there's things that just need finalising and kind of tying up the loose ends, that type of thing. Whether it's inner child work, shadow work, you know, that type of thing. You're going through a rebirth. There's something changing. Trapped in the mind. Judgment. You won't be trapped in the mind for too long because you will come to a decision. You know, you will come to a judgment. You could also be waiting on a judgment, or it could be, you know, kind of maybe out of your hands, you know, that type of thing. So you're waiting on other people's decisions and things like that. You're being protected whilst you wait on those decisions because you get the Knight of Wands then. And I feel like you're celebrating. I feel like it's your comeback type of energy. Your power, being the Dark Night of the Soul, Aries, is the Three of Wands. It's to know that whatever is really truly meant for you is never going to pass you by. You know. So sometimes, yeah, there is these elements where you may go in your head and question things. I went blank then. This is going to sound really strange because I've just not done it with... I've not done it with Gemini and Taurus. I felt like I was stroking. It was like a horse, but it was scaled. So you could say like a dragon. You know, like its head. I just went blank. Sorry, I don't know what that's... I don't know what that's about. It just flung in my head. Yeah, because your hope is the Two of Wands. I do feel like some of my Aries are moving. Like packing up, moving. Where do I go? Or making that decision. What stands for me now? Love. Love is the outcome. Love is the heart of the matter and the Three of Cups. Happiness, celebrations, having time out with friends, socialising. It's being happy. It's being happy. I love that reading, Aries. Absolutely love it. So I am going to jump to Pisces. Pisces. How is this Gemini full moon treating my Pisceans? Haunted. So you're dealing with things from the past. But Pisces, some of my Pisces as well could be feeling the energy of spirit around them. So the Haunted card is not always a negative card. It just means that you can feel the presence. But sometimes it does mean that we're having to go back and sort things out from the past. You know, it could feel like you're constantly being watched or all eyes are on you, that type of thing. So I want to have a look what's crossing that energy. Why do you keep looking back rather than forward? So we've got the Queen. So the challenge, Pisces, I feel like it's to get your independence back. So maybe... even if you're in a relationship, you know, take this financially or whatever, there's some kind of independence that's needed. And I feel like in the past, you've had to work really hard because I was getting toil then. I was getting the word toil. I feel like you've had to work really hard, but I also feel like you're haunted by your past and how hard it's been. Make sure you're not going into, like, especially if it's financial, that poverty mindset, or that lack mindset, that lack mentality, because the challenge for you is to get back up and, you know, put your knowledge into whatever it needs to be done. You know, be the queen, be the king. You know, you've got that balance, or to get that balance back. I feel some of my Pisces are worried or nervous about going back into a cycle. I don't ever want to be there again. You know, I feel like I'm going to end up back there, or that type of energy. So that what they're saying to you is you're already recognising the signs. Yeah, and then you got the congratulations, which is my trump card in this deck. So you've already learnt the lesson. So I really don't feel like you will go back through that cycle, but I just feel like it's a fear. And if you have been through really harsh times and you had to do it on your own and you've struggled, and, you know, the thought of struggling again is very scary, you know, the thought of living day to day. And I remember when I used to have to copper up for milk and bread for my kids when they were little, and I would never ever want them to have to live like that or see me ever live like that again. To me, I think that is a fear for me as well. So yeah, it resonates. You've been given your energy wings. It's now time to use the gifts and strengths that these wings carry to provide guidance and empowerment to yourself and others. Your experiences are your qualifications. I feel like you're already like kind of realising, recognising the triggers where you've been. I also feel, though, Pisces, I feel like there's going to be not a risk, but you're going to think it's a risk. I feel like there's something where you may have to step out your comfort zone and you might feel like it's a bit risky. What if it goes wrong? What if that? But what if it goes right? You know, and in the risk factor, it's more like, what if I'm going to go back into that cycle if I give this if I give it a go? And I don't know what that's revolving around. It could be financial, it could be relationship-wise. But don't forget, the Gemini moon is all about the future. You know, it is all about the future. And especially with Neptune, giving us that kind of snapshot into the bigger picture and where we want to go forward. Yeah, we've got the crown chakra. So you're downloading information. There could be ideas. There could be dreams as well that's coming in with you around this moon as well. That's kind of giving you insights. So some of my Pisces, definitely you are feeling spirit around you, whether it's in dreams, whether it's just your intuition. I feel like it is a female family member, a strong female family member, because at present you're dealing with the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra is your sexual organs, your womb, you know, it deals with family members, generational, your children, relationships, sexual partners, but it's also the chakra of creativity. And I feel like it's spirit you're gonna be getting a lot of ideas, and it's almost like, is it risky? Can I do it? You know, that type of thing. I kind of want to say go for it. I really do want to say go for it, because I think it'll pay off big time. Yeah, because then we've got love. So, you know, love can be a risky business as well, but it's about doing what you love. It's not always just about a partner, but it is about doing what you love. And so say you're working a 9 to 5 and you're making some rich cat richer, you know, and you feel like you're being took for granted. You've got this great business idea, but it's a risk. Am I willing to put myself into it? Really, really think hard about it, because I feel like you're channeling this information. I feel like you're being given these ideas. Some of my Pisces, you need to get your eyes checked, because since I've been doing your reading, my eyes have been hurting, but mainly this one, so which would be my right side. Sorry, because I'm left-handed, I have to check when I something around the right eye or the head around the right, unless this is regarding to a female in spirit. But I keep wanting to go to my eye. Is this something you're not seeing? You know, your power in this situation, Pisces, your power is your choice in the direction that you're going in next. It's up to you. You've got that power, you know. But again, I feel like there's like a nervous energy about, oh, shall I not? Yeah, you know. There's a need for balance. You're holding on to some things that, you know, you kind of know need to be let go of. So then you can have that type of lifestyle, rather than that, living like that, living on the edge and living on, you know, living in fear and am I going to fall and is this going to go wrong? You know, so there could definitely be contracts at the end of this. It could be, you know, see, because your hopes and fears, I'd say this is more a fear. Going back to the ruins. But we're planting new seeds. And I feel that spirit have been planting these new seeds. You know, your experiences are your qualifications. It could be new jobs, new employments, that type of thing coming in for my Pisceans. Because your outcome, what did I say at the beginning? taking that risk, taking that leap of faith. Don't keep yourself small. Don't be scared of pushing those doors open. So I'm actually going to leave that reading there because there's nothing for me to clarify. I feel like this is all about you going out there and kicking them doors open and stop keeping yourself stuck in situations where you're feeling haunted or, you know, I think you're really going to kick yourself if you don't take this opportunity that's obviously going to be coming in, you know. So the seed's already planted for this to come in. It could be there now. So you could be sat there listening to me and you're like, oh, I've been offered it. What do I do? And I'm saying, go, take it and do it. Whatever you're downloading, whatever you're feeling, truly feeling and believing, you've got to believe in yourself and take that leap of faith, Pisces, because that's a strong-ass reading. And don't forget, like I was saying at the beginning, this full moon is lighting a fire up your ass to get up and turn your wants into a reality. Don't just sit there. There's no point in sitting there saying, I want. We've got to do it. We've got to get up and do it. So I am going to pause this video for 1 second and then I'll be jumping on to Aquarius. Hey Aquarius. So let's see how the Gemini full moon is treating my Aquariuses. Let's have a look. Oh, that's nice. So your first card out is Divine Protection. So you are protected and you may be feeling that. But with this full moon, there's more of an energy of feeling protected. You know, I'm going to be okay. It's almost like you've got this little voice in your head saying, I am going to be okay. You know, I am going to be okay. Because you're learning the lessons and you're gaining the knowledge. But I feel like you're going into an energy of wanting to learn. Some of my Aquariuses could be making plans for, you know, as I was saying at the beginning of the readings, it opens us up to the perfect life and, you know, what do we want as the ideal life? What do we want to feel? How would we feel if we were living our perfect life, you know? So some of my Aquariuses may be like, right, next year I'm going to learn something new. You may have already started doing that, you know, but it's like you're using that book of knowledge now in going forward. So I like it. Why is it coming round? We've got freedom. So Aquarius, you're on your path to freedom. That's what it's all about for you right now. Yes, you may be still carrying a few of the shackles from the past and they're what you're working through, but your goal is freedom. So whether that be financial freedom, freedom from your own mind, you know, your perfect life just seems to be around freedom. I want to feel free. I want to, you know, I don't want to feel bogged under by anybody or by anything. I just want to feel free. And that's a really nice energy to have. It's a really nice energy to have. It's a nice goal. So, in the recent past, we've got the throat chakra. The throat chakra is in regards to the ears as well. We speak our truth. The throat chakra can get blocked, though, when we're not speaking our truth. So, maybe there is a certain... Sorry, the incense is going in my face. In the past, I feel like you've been kind of keeping a lot of things maybe to yourself, maybe wearing a brave face, you know, that type of thing. And I feel like you want to be able to freely speak as well. You want to be heard, but there's also this energy of we gain knowledge when we listen as well. So there's certain things that you need to listen to, and especially with Divine Protection being there, I would say guidance, and people are sent into our lives as well. There's no coincidences. Certain people will be guided to say a certain sentence to you, you know, because at present you're kind of in between that, coming out of that, like in the past feeling like there was a constant grey cloud over your head and it would never move. I feel like you're just stepping out of that now and you're starting to look after yourself and take care of yourself and treating yourself like the god, the goddess that you truly are. You know, she's glowing. She's glowing in that light and you're allowed to glow into that light, you know. But I also feel like you need to stop expecting that grey cloud to come back. I feel like that period has been and gone. So going forward, there's definitely a need for balance. And that's where you need to take what I was saying at the beginning when I started the recording, taking that to-do list. You know, what do you need to let go of in order to gain this freedom? What do you need to bring balance into? Is it your work life, your home life, your love life? friends? Is it balance within your diet, the things that we're taking into our bodies? Knowledge, have you got time to learn new things? It's like more like management of self. It's almost like I want to get you a 2023 diary. Too many. So your power, Aquarius, that one is going to come out. Karma. So your power is, you're kind of realising what we do put out, we get back. And I feel like you've been doing a lot of self-healing with this 4 elements card and the divine protection. Your power is karma, and karma's not a bad thing. Everyone always says, oh, karma's a bitch. Yeah, it can be if we're one, you know. But karma's also a good thing. Look at the sky. It looks purple. It's really cold outside, but it does that. I just noticed then in camera, it actually looks purple. Karma is just the law of balance. You know, it's the law of balance. So if you've been really trying your best to do good and be good and look after yourself, your power is to bring that karma in, and the universe, you are divinely protected. That karma will come back and pay off in dividends. You know, you'll start to get good luck. The outside influence. Oh, got 2. Yeah, there's things from the past. So we've got this haunted energy and we've got the ruins. So I do feel like it's been a rough ride to get here. We've got to try and stop looking back over the past, looking back over the situations that have put you like basically down on your knees, where you felt like you've not had no truth, or you couldn't say what you really wanted to say or speak your truth, you know, where you weren't being heard. This is what you're freeing yourself from. You're freeing yourself from this, so that you can build that future that you really want. So I feel like there's a need to let go of certain things from the past, and I feel like you'll know what it is, whether it's a person, whether it's a situation, because in your hopes and fears, we've got Call of the Wild, and it's almost like your soul wants to be wild and untamed, and I keep getting this energy with the Freedom card as well. It's also the shamanic card. You may be drawn to certain animals, dream work, meditation work. You know, make sure you're taking that time out for you, whether it's to read a book or meditate, keep a journal, diary, whatever. I feel like the hopes is this like freedom. It's just freedom. It's almost like I've got that William Wallace type energy. Freedom, you know, it's that. If this were an individual reading, that is what I'd be titling this reading. You know, it's like you've got that William Wallace spirit around you, but there's something that you just keep kind of revisiting, and it's hard to let go of, but that's what you really want to let go of. You do have people around you that you know care for you. You do have people around you, again, who are going to be guided towards you, who are already guided towards you to help you in these situations. You've got your soul tribe, your soul sisters, your soul brothers, take it as it is. These are my cards, so I wrote soul sisters on it, you know. But you've got those people around you, and you're going towards those people as well. And those types of relationships and friendships, there is a like a kind of magic freedom to them, because you don't feel like you have to be with that person all the time. I have got soul sisters that I may not talk to for like 3-4 weeks. I might not see them for a couple of months, and then just walk in the house, and it's just, you know, it just feels like we've never been apart. That's what you want, and that's the goal for you, is to get to that point. So maybe there has been a bit of like codependency as well. So I want to look at the knowledge. So we've got the Hangman. So it does feel like there's been things that have been a bit delayed. You could be dealing with Taurus as well. You may have Taurus in your chart. But I do feel them epiphanies are coming through now. She hangs herself upside down in order to gain those epiphanies and make the right judgments. So you are going through a wake-up call. Why is freedom such a big thing? The Page of Wands, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries energy. But the Page of Wands is new, exciting, adventures, you know. It's, you want freedom. You want to be able to kind of jump into anything that you want to jump into. I like it. What were blocking your throat chakra in the recent past? The Two of Swords. Things that you didn't want to see. Maybe a lot of anxiety, a lot of overthinking. The mind was like constantly all over the place. The 4 elements at present. I like it. 10 of Wands in reverse, so you are dropping a lot of burdens. A lot of my Aquariuses could be actually like cleansing the home, getting rid of things that they don't really want, you know, that type of thing, especially with that need for balance. The need for balance. We've got the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. 1 second, sorry. Yeah, so the Queen of Cups. I feel like this is more you intuitive. This is what you're going to be. This is what you're striving to be. The Queen of Cups is the most like kind of chilled, intuitive. You know, she's got time for herself. She is free. You know, she's just kind of like sat there channeling on her own. I feel like emotionally free as well. I want to look at the karma. So yours is the reading that I've been clarifying most in. Queen of Wands, it's time to get that magic back. It's time for you to believe in magic again. So I do feel like the universe is bringing some kind of magic in, especially from that thing from the past. I'm not going to go into that because I don't feel like it's important. No. We've got the King of Wands coming up. You could be dealing with Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. It could be love life. But I feel like the King of Wands is you as well. I feel like because the King of Wands is ambitious and he goes for what he wants, and it's like, I'm not being held back anymore. I'm not doing that. You may have a strong fire in your chart. It's like, you know, let your lion heart roar. The Knight of Swords, your energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. I feel like you're going to be ready to take the action, and I feel like it's going to be something that someone says that kind of puts that, like I was saying at the beginning when I was on about the moon, it's going to light that fire up your ass. And just, I'm going to go for it. This is my time. I'm going to do it. So I actually love this, Aquarius. I love it. So I'm going into Capricorn. God, that was a lot of clarifying, wasn't it? Oh. And I can't believe my psycho cat and my needy dog have been quiet through all this. It's, right, so Capricorn, how is the Gemini full moon? Oh, my voice went a little bit there. Can't say Gemini. Gemini full moon. Dealing with Capricorn. Choices in direction. So this Gemini moon is, this cold moon is like, right, where do I want to be? And I kind of feel like you are making the goals for 2023. Sorry if I start lisping. My mouth's gone dry. I've just asked my daughters to get me a drink. When I've got loads of stitches and stuff. When it goes dry, it makes me lispy. So I feel like you're already making plans for 2023. It's like, right, next year is my year. Next year I'm going to do this. Next year I'm going to do that. I kind of want to say, make sure that you're not going to overwhelm yourself with all these plans. I can feel all this energy, these sparks and that coming on around your mind. And I kind of want to say, don't overwhelm yourself. Maybe do that as a tick list. Right, I'm going to do that, then I'm going to do that, then I'm going to do that. Not, right, I'm going to do this, do that, do that, do that, do that. It's more of like a tick list energy that I'm getting with you, and I mentioned that at the beginning. But that was more about doing the things that we need to do to get on top of things. So what's crossing that is being trapped in the mind. Yeah, because I feel like you might overwhelm yourself with everything you want to do. So maybe you're already in this energy of, but I want to do this, but I want to do that, but I want to do this, but I want to do that. I'm going to do it all next year. You get into next year and it's like, right, well, which one do I start? Where do I start? So I'm getting kind of like an overwhelmed feeling with it all. Why's this coming around now for Capricorn? Manifesting. So be very careful because you are in manifesting energy. So you want to come out of that feeling overwhelmed. Get it wrote down as a to-do list. Tick things off as you go through things. Don't overwhelm yourself because you're manifesting, and we don't want you to manifest like anything else to get you overwhelmed, or you know, that type of thing. You want to manifest, and I feel like you are a power manifester, Capricorn. I just feel like you manifest really well, but then you overthink it. But then it comes in and you're like, why did I doubt it? So in the recent past, we have got, yeah, see, there's definitely ideas. You're going with your intuition. We've got Mother Nature. So that is your energy, you know, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Mother Nature card. She's getting ready to add new branches to her tree of life. So I do feel like you're wanting to, thank you. I do feel like you're wanting to add new notches to your belt, add new branches to your life. That sky looks actually beautiful. It looks better on my camera for some reason. Maybe it's my ring light. But it looks absolutely beautiful. It looks like I've got a picture in window, doesn't it? So you've got decisions to make with your solar plexus. And you've already started making a lot of decisions on what branches you're going to be growing. But again, I kind of want to say don't overwhelm yourself, because I feel like there's so much you want to do. So at present, we've got the Phoenix. And I feel like energetically, I do feel like you keep burning out, coming back, burning out, coming back. It's time to find that Phoenix energy. You may have fire in your chart with the Phoenix there. Try and tap into that, especially when it's about, you know, moving forward. And we've got, going forward, we've got peace and contentment in the family home. You know, so it is about being peaceful. So I don't feel like you will get stuck in that overwhelmed energy if you take the advice from Spirit and kind of think of 2023 as a ticklish year. Yep, did it. I said I was going to do that. Yep, I did it. I said I was going to do that. So I feel like 2023 for you is a ticklish year. You're going to get everything done. And then it's like, because it's balanced then, you're not rushing yourself, you're not overwhelming yourself. You've got more time with your children if that's what you want, or with a partner. You know, some of my Capricorns could be thinking, right, next year I want to move, I want new surroundings, that type of thing. But I do just feel like you just want a quiet life, but you want peace and contentment, but you want to experience all these things as well, these new ideas that have been coming in. So your power is the drained card. So who's draining you? What's draining you? You know, are you draining yourself? Are you putting yourself out there too much? Make sure you're not a people pleaser, or you're not giving too much, because it's got to be like equal give and take. You know, your power is to not allow yourself to be drained. So sometimes we have to pull back and we go quiet. And, you know, middle of year, I think I had about 6 weeks off social media and, you know, things like that. Maybe you will do the same thing, or maybe you have done the same thing. And the outside influence is fertility. Some of my Capricorns are definitely, there's definitely like children involved, or how can I spend more time with children, or I really want to think about starting a family, but I need to do this first, I need to do that first, you know, that type of thing. But your manifestational energies as well coming in with the fertility. I don't know why, but I wanted to jump to April then in my head. So April could be really significant to a lot of my Capricorns, and that could be within children, unless there's a child's birthday, or maybe it's your inner child, maybe you're going to be doing something fun. So April is significant for some reason. And in the hearts we've got healing hands, so maybe you'll be learning something to do with healing. Maybe you already are a healer and you're not using it, you know, that type of thing. But again, don't overwhelm yourself with things. Don't, you know, yet, because we've got the root chakra as your outcome, so you will be feeling like settled and stable and secure. And you've also got the guidance card. You are being guided, you know, it's, everything's coming to fruition. There's grass growing in that forest. She's being guided forward. Yeah, it's dark, she doesn't know exactly where she's going, but every step forward is illuminated. There's someone there in that shadow. You could be guided to a new person. There could be a new person coming into your life. And usually, when we rid ourselves of energies that aren't very good for us, the universe replaces with someone or something better. So I like that energy. So I'm going to get a bit of clarification. If you can hear like a weird sound, my dog's snoring underneath me. So why am I getting this overwhelmed energy? Queen of Cups in reverse. So your feminine energy kind of needs to be pulled in, because it feels like you're more in your masculine at the moment, which is that kind of go-getter energy. Could be talking to single mums, single parents. I need to get this done. I need to do this. I need to do that. So you may be feeling like it's all on top of you. You know, you haven't got enough time to deal with like emotional things, intuitive things. It's like very 3D. And I feel like that's what you need to come away from. Yeah, and we've got the Hermit, Virgo energy there. But I feel that, and over the Christmas period, you know, and now it's getting really cold outside where we live, the time that you spend on your own, it's almost like you kind of plugging yourself back in. So maybe that's where I would get in, you know, like social media and things like that. Maybe it's not the coming away from social media. Maybe it's just like having some time to yourself, and then you can make different choices. You can channel these choices. You won't feel as overwhelmed, you know. So I do feel like things will start to actually calm down around the Christmas period for yourselves. It's like you can chill out. Yeah, Seven of Swords in reverse. So you could have been dealing with cheating, betrayal, lies in the past, that type of thing. But I also, the Seven of Swords is drainers. So it's almost like, you know, the sneaky ones, the ones who want you for something and that type of thing. You're manifesting coming away from that energy. You've already got ideas. There's loads of ideas in this reading. Yeah, the Ace of Wands. You know, it's life changing. It can be career advancement. It's changing your life now with the Ace of Wands. It's having passion for yourself and what you want. But it's almost like every time you get these ideas, how can I do it? I feel like you keep stopping and starting things. But you've got something magical about you, but you're just not using it. So it's like, yeah, but this ain't going to work. Oh, this ain't going to work. So maybe if you're stopping and starting things, see something through. Because then we've got the Ten of Pentacles. So that's like financial fulfillment and, you know, being happy and being able to spend time with family and not worry about finances. And so I do feel like it's all getting towards that. I feel like there's a lot of dreams and a lot of inspiration, a lot of ideas. But there's this energy of stopping and starting. So we've got the Eight of Swords in reverse coming up though, which means in the areas in the past where you felt your hands were once tied, you're coming out of that energy. You're not, so maybe you've been mirroring like, no, I'm fine, you know, that type of thing. I do think that some of my Capricorns need to watch on overspending. I know it is that time of year, but impulsive buying, that's what I was getting. So maybe when you're on your own, try and do something that'll make you feel happy rather than, I know how easy it is going on Amazon and eBay and, you know, that type of thing. It's so easy just to go on and click a button because it releases dopamine. It really, you know, you're doing something good for yourself. But a lot of time we buy crap that we don't need. So someone's doing that. Your power with the drained card is the Four of Wands, the 1111. Make those wishes, manifest those dreams. Have fun. You know, where do you want to be? Who do you want to have fun with? 1111 you're manifesting, but I feel like it's time to kind of sit down and make that list. And I want to look at the guidance, the Knight of Cups. You're being guided towards an offer. It could most definitely be an offer of love, you know, but there's an offer coming in there. It could be a job offer, a financial offer, a love offer. Take it as it resonates. It is a collective reading. And strength, so Leo could be significant as well, but it's an 8 again. It's karmic. It's that karmic energy. Strength. I said April earlier, didn't I? I got April in my head again then. King of Pentacles. This is your masculine energy, you know, but you could be going towards a fellow earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But I feel like this is you. You've got that book. You've got a lot of knowledge. You've learnt a lot of things. It's now time to just sit down and, right, where am I going with it? How do I use it? Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't keep yourself busy as well with certain other things. Again, like shopping, or I'm going to start this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then not finish it. Because I keep getting that energy of not finishing things. So maybe you've got a to-do list of things that you need to go back and finish before we start 2023. If you can get it done in that time. So, I am going to Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, like Gemini, you will be affected by this moon because you are the opposing sign of Gemini. So it will affect you quite strongly, the same as Gemini. Right, I'm going to have a drink now because my mouth's starting to get... And I have to do it on one side because this side's still really sore. Right, so Sagittarius, what's this full moon bringing in for my Saggies? Oh, the secret keeper. So you could be keeping things on a down low. It's almost like you've got this like cloak of illusions, this cloak of invisibility around you at the moment. So maybe you're keeping certain things to yourself. Maybe you're seeing who you can trust and, you know, that type of thing with the secret keeper there. That's the type of energy I'm getting, like the invisibility cloak. What is that dog doing? What are you doing? Right, what's crossing this energy? Sometimes I feel like it's good to do that though and not tell everybody your next moves and, you know. Call of the Wild. So what's crossing that is Call of the Wild. So the Call of the Wild is the shamanic card. You could be drawn towards animals. It's love. It's like unconditional love, especially when we talk about animals. But it's about dream work as well. And it's about knowing you're protected at this moment. So you might be feeling like maybe you can't trust people, or, you know, there's certain energies around you that you can't trust. Sorry, my phone's not declining.